Party mode engaged. Oh yeah!
I will.
So, yeah, next time, which is an episode that was trolled about and joked about for years, and now it's become an official death battle.
It hasn't been joked about for years. This was something that Chad wanted since it started.
I know, but the fact that it's all started as just a joke, but now it's legit becoming a death battle. It's Randy Savage versus the Kool-Aid Man. Like, I don't know.
Oh yeah!
I'll be honest, and I've seen people actually complain when this was announced at RTX. Was it revealed at RTX? Am I getting that?
Yeah,
right?
it was.
Wow, all three of you said that at the same time. That was awesome.
We were all there.
Yeah. I was gonna say I have the original video for stuff we can talk about for that episode.
Well, this is going to be mainly you guys talking about it, because as much as I'm familiar with these thanks to you guys, I wouldn't say I'm not interested in this fact, because I am, just for the humour alone. The fact we're also going to learn some interesting things about Boomstick, we'll say.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
And this is
like I said, there's a lot of stuff going on, so I got to pull it up.
And this is kind of one of the main reasons we wanted to get Keir on, because you're a bit of a wrestler fan, aren't you?
A bit is an understatement.
That was the perfect.
Yeah, like you guys.
That was the perfect.
Like
opportunity.
you guys know me with Ruby. It's that.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
And that was a perfect opportunity for you, kid, to go, "Oh yeah," when I asked that.
Oh yeah.
The magic's gone now. But I guess what May just said. This, much like with Ruby, this is pretty much your expertise, we'll say.
Yep, this is my area of knowledge.
So, in that case, I will leave you free to discuss it while I listen and look evilly out my window to my neighbours.
Well, let me ask you guys this.
Shout out to Billy's neighbors.
Thank you, Billy's neighbors, for keeping Bill distracted. We have fun. Oh, I do want to ask you guys' opinion on this real quick, because they said this episode was going to be different. Do you guys have your predicted outcomes, or do you think this would be just something weird where it doesn't end in any deaths?
I'm going to lean towards the lots we're hoping for the former.
I feel like it is gonna end with a victor, but I wouldn't be too surprised if they did do the no winner thing.
Yeah.
There are ways to make that interesting. Just don't make it Deadpool versus Pinkie Pie.
Yeah.
I still say that was funny.
It was funny. That was funny.
The fact they gave the middle finger to the show to say, "Hey, we're not going to follow your rules. We're going to party."
Yeah.
I was going to say...
we should mention, we saw in the teaser that Wiz and Boomstick are going to be present along with Macho Man and Kool-Aid Man.
It's a new one for sure.
Which means this fight does have to take place before 2000.
Yeah, timeline-wise, it would have to be that.
Or maybe I accidentally predicted Death Battle again. Maybe they brought Randy Savage back to life.
You do realize that's not his actual name, right?
Wait, what? You cut out there for me, Sean.
You do realize Randy Savage isn't actually the guy's name, right?
Oh yeah, I kind of figured that. Like, I would be amazed if someone does have Savage as their last name. But wait, hold on, Randy's his first.
Someone does have Savage as their last name. On the Mythbusters.
Really? Oh.
Yeah, Adam Savage.
I need to watch that show. I heard it's really good. But wait, Randy's his real name, right?
Keir would know more.
Randall Mario Pofo.
Okay, so yeah, Randy is somewhat his real name. It's just Randall.
Yeah. But everyone just knows him by Randy Savage.
Because that was the character he chose to be for his entire wrestling career.
Not exactly.
Really?
He never was always the Macho Man. Fun fact: his first gimmick was based on Spider-Man.
Wait, hold on. So, you're telling me this legendary wrestler's first career only debuted when he played as a made-up wrestler in Sam Raimi's Spider-Man?
No, his first wrestling gimmick was based on Spider-Man.
Basically,
Yes.
in wrestling terms, Phil, a
Oh.
gimmick is like a character.
Okay,
Yeah.
I am very interested in this. Go on.
Yeah, that was his first wrestling character was the Spider. He took that up in 1973 when he started. That was during the fall when there was no baseball for him to play. Because, fun fact, Randy Savage did want to be a baseball player.
God, I'd
yeah.
be terrified throwing a baseball at that man. I feel like if he swung the baseball bat, it would take off my arm.
Well, he did injure his natural throwing shoulder after collision at home plate, which
Oh.
meant he had to switch over to his left arm. His last season was in 1974, literally a year after he started wrestling.
I went to find my
So-
wrestling book. I couldn't find it because I remember there also was a wrestler back in like the 50s or something that actually wrestled under the gimmick known as Batman.
There are people in Japan that wrestle under Leatherface and like Freddy Krueger in Japan. It's actually quite amazing. Then you just get those weird giant panda gimmicks, which are just there for the hell of it. That is something that I'll happily explain to anyone that wants to know in a different setting. But after a while, he later took on the name Randy Savage at the suggestion of his longtime friend and trainer Terry DeGrasse Stevens. And the reason why they said that because his surname didn't sound like something that would fit a man who wrestled a savage style. That's kind of how the name Randy Savage came in.
And Macho Man was added later on during his, I want to say it was his WWF run, where he added Macho Man.
Yeah, that
Like,
that does make sense.
yeah, because he had 3 total wrestling runs that, well, a lot of major wrestling runs, but the 3 biggest ones people most likely know are WWF, WCW, and TNA.
We don't talk about TNA.
Right, but they're mostly they're probably gonna bring it up in the analysis. Unfortunately, because they're covering everything Randy Savage, according to what I'm being told. I gotta pull it up in the Robustcast chat real quick because I'm pretty sure Robustcast mentioned it.
Yeah, if they are bringing up everything that he's done, it's really hilarious. His first gimmick was based on Spider-Man, and then he starred in the
I
first
know,
Raimi
that was
film.
something funny when I heard that a few years ago. I was like,
I actually never knew about that, and now I'm looking back on it, and I'm just like, wow, that is awesome.
Okay, so I do want to bring this up. They're mostly talking about Randy Savage, not Rando Poffo. That's going to be the main thing people need to keep in mind for that because sensitive topic sometimes.
they're also going to have to use that real backstory because I don't think Macho Man ever had a proper backstory in wrestling.
Yeah.
Which basically means they'll just explain how he ended up in the wrestling business and go from there. Yeah, but of course he basically wrestled on basically what the equivalent of the Indies was for about 12 years before signing with what was then known as the WWF in 1985. Bill is the top free agent in pro wrestling, which, I'll be honest, makes sense. And then basically was there till 1994 till he jumped ship to WCW.
He's had one hell of a career. I'll
Yeah,
give him
and
that.
Macho Man's popularity always has been really popular.
Yep.
His popularity
was
has been
just-
really popular. That's a Sean quote right there.
Well,
So we have his popularity was popular and frozen ice.
You and Keir need to come up with something memorable.
This fish
You
is
two are
very
falling behind the
fishy.
current trend.
This bricky is very
but-
bricky.
Back in the day, though, Macho Man was one of the most popular guys in wrestling. He was the biggest face at the time, and then he had a heel run, which was
Well,
also
I
kind
wouldn't
of
say he was the
entertaining.
biggest face in wrestling of all time at the time, Sean. You're forgetting
of
about
them.
Mr. Hulk Hogan. who
One
was
of the biggest
number one.
faces of all time during.
Yeah,
the
he
time
was like the
period.
second biggest face at the time. He was.
Yeah, I actually heard there was like a WWE Marvel crossover comic.
I believe there is
and-
actually.
Yeah, and then Hulk Hogan fight Hulk.
Of course he did. I don't even know if that's a thing, but I wouldn't be surprised if they legit did a crossover.
To be fair,
Prediction video by the Raptor. So shout out to that guy.
WWF or WWE to be also they've done a lot of crossovers of a lot of different things. They've crossed over with comic books, commercials, which Randy Savage was known for promoting a certain product, which I hope you guys get in the UK for your reaction video, especially made as well.
I don't think we
know
get
if
those.
We get Slim Jims.
Don't get Slim Jims?
No. Or at least I haven't seen them.
I've never seen Slim Jims either.
Like, is a Slim Jim essentially the same thing as a pepperami?
Essentially.
Oh, okay.
Slim Jim basically rose to popularity because of their spokesperson being Macho Man Randy Savage.
What a spokesperson can do to a product.
A lot of the Slim Jim commercials were done during his WWF days, yeah?
Well, basically any that were filmed before 1994 when he
Okay.
went to WCW.
Okay. So they're probably also going to use the Slim Jim commercials because that was Randy Savage as that character in there.
Yeah, and I think in the little snippet we see at the end of Goku Black vs. Reverse Flash, he's like using a Slim Jim
Yes.
as a weapon.
I didn't even notice that. That's hilarious.
And Keir, you brought up something in one of our private chats that he can do with the Slim Jim. Want to explain that?
Is that the one where he can teleport you into a wrestling ring?
Yep.
Oh god.
Basically, one of the powers you can do with a Slim Jim is that you can, I think it's if you can snap one, then you can instantly teleport himself and you into a wrestling ring. Which, they have to do. They have to.
Is it kind of funny?
There's a giant missed opportunity to do it.
I know this is a popular matchup, especially Chad wants to do it, but I won't lie, I kind of want to see Randy Savage fight Segata now. Just for the sake of like.
Who knows? Maybe this will go on with no Victor, just like Chuck vs. Segata did.
Well,
then-
you can technically.
And then a
steal
future
Randy
episode.
Savage through Chuck Norris.
Hmm?
If we're basing this off everything and you scale everyone appropriately, you technically can make an argument for Randy Savage to scale to Chuck Norris.
No
Really?
way. No.
He was in an episode of Walker Texas Ranger a wee while ago.
Yep.
Oh my goodness, that is
I've not
amazing.
seen that episode. Yeah, so he was literally crossing paths with Chuck
So
Norris.
back in the day, if you wanted to do a wrestler to come on and be a spokesperson, you either get Hulk Hogan or you get Randy Savage. You had to get one of those two.
So didn't Chuck Norris also appear in wrestling stuff? I
Yes,
heard
he
that
did.
from.
He was
Ah,
associated with the Undertaker mostly.
Yeah, you were just Chuck Norris was actually alright in their wrestling. He turned out better than RoboCop did.
We should probably actually move on to
Go
his
about
his opponent actually, because we're getting up to the 50.
Yeah, because we've been talking about Randy Savage a lot.
Yeah, so
I have stuff pulled up for Kool-Aid Man, listed under his Marvel stuff, but he wasn't known for his Marvel stuff. He was known for promoting Kool-Aid.
no, really.
Well, to be fair, I'm pulling up the day he was actually introduced because I don't know off the top of my head if he was actually around when Kool-Aid started as a product or if they just decided they needed a mascot.
To quote Fry from
I'm also
Futurama,
gonna pull up.
I'm shocked.
I'm also gonna pull
Shocked,
up something.
but not that shocked.
Okay, so in October 1978, Kool-Aid Man was introduced in Venezuela, oddly enough. And here's a little fun snippet. In Canada, he was known as Captain Kool-Aid from 1979 to 1981.
Hot take. I think that's a way
Okay.
better name.
Well, they changed it to just Kool-Aid Man to appeal to kids, and to this day, Kool-Aid Man is still around.
Hold on. They wanted to change it from Captain Kool-Aid to Kool-Aid Man to be more appeasing to children. Do they not remember Captain Crunch? In fact, isn't he still around?
Okay, so
Yes, actually.
Well, then their
There was a
logic is complete
prototype
bullshit.
version? There was a prototype version of Kool-Aid Man, right? Anyone want to take a guess on what year it is? On what year that debuted as a prototype?
I'm tempted to say 1973.
Any guesses
Well,
from Bill or Mate?
I've got nothing.
I've got nothing either.
Just guess a year.
1969. I don't know.
Nice.
Bill, any guess? Any random guess you want to throw out there?
Well, I'm going to say from 1889.
1954 was when they launched a prototype of Kool-Aid Man.
I was technically closest.
Do you want to put
had a lot of.
Do you want to put an image of
Yeah.
him so we can see? I'm very curious what the prototype looked like.
I'll put it. Yeah, I'll see if I can find an image of the prototype.
Yeah. By the way, while you're looking for that, have you guys seen what I just put in the chat?
Yeah, I did. Little
Okay.
John.
Okay.
Shout out to Max for bringing that to my attention. Like, it's a Christmas rap song featuring the Kool-Aid Man, and he even sings.
Okay, he has an actual name besides Kool-Aid Man. His real name is Frankie the Kool-Aid Man.
America, you're weird.
Let me show you this full spelling in the chat, and I'll put it on screen, of course. But that's how you spell Kool-Aid Man's real name.
I don't know how to feel about that.
Frankie the Kool-Aid.
Admit, this has to be not only the weirdest death battle that's about to come out, but this has to be the weirdest conversation that we've ever had regarding a character from Death Battle.
Kool-Aid Man was introduced, and his appearance has pretty much stayed the same as far as he's just a 6-foot-tall pitcher of cherry Kool-Aid.
If only I could get an Iron Brew version of that.
I mean, in the 2000s, they gave him 2000s clothes as well, so they've only really put on clothes on the character as sometimes went on, because why not? But they never changed anything else about the character as far as design-wise goes.
I feel like this is definitely going to be a Smokey the Bear versus McGruff sort of moment. We're going to get introduced to these mascots. We're going to know practically very little about them, and we're just going to see all the WTF things that they've done in their careers.
And it's going to be a crazy hand-drawn fight.
Well,
Well, if you guys have 5
crazier.
hours, I can go over the Macho Man's history in great detail, but we don't have that kind of time.
Here is
I think we
something
gave them
neat.
enough.
Kool-Aid Man was not only in Marvel Comics from 1983 to 1985. He was in the Archie comics, issues 4 through 9.
No.
Uh-oh.
Wait,
Uh-oh.
Archie Sonic?
Archie comics.
Oh, Archie Comics, okay.
Okay, I
Was
really
from
thought he.
1980s.
I really thought he was going to say Archie
Uh,
Sonic as well, and I would have been like, so we're going to have a Chuck Norris scaler and an Archie Sonic scaler.
I don't know if it was exactly Archie Sonic, but
No, and you know what?
what?
Sega to 4 Archie Sonic.
Yeah, but Archie Sonic won, so Archie Sonic would be more powerful. And if Kool-Aid
I know, but I'm just saying, like, you know, that would have been another connection.
Oh god, yeah.
Oh, I actually, I have heard that in the Marvel Comics, Kool-Aid Man beat Deadpool in a fight. or at
To be
least
fair, it's not that hard to beat Deadpool in a fight if you know what you're doing.
If you can
Yeah.
kill him as well.
Well, here's the thing. I don't know if Deadpool was around when they bring up the comic book features because he was only in 3 issues. And that was from 1983 to 1985. I don't know when Deadpool was created.
Hold on, let me.
I just heard about this from a prediction video, so take it with a grain of salt.
Deadpool's
I
been
have
around-
like everything.
I think Deadpool's
I have,
been
like, a
around
history
since the
stuff, hold on.
60s, actually.
Okay, so maybe he fought Deadpool in that time period. I don't know. I've never seen the Kool-Aid Man comics. The Archie comic stuff's going to be interesting to talk about.
1991? Seriously?
Wait, is that
That
when Dave...
doesn't sound right.
Huh. Go figure.
That's when Deadpool debuted, apparently. 1991.
Same year as Sonic. Huh.
February 1991 to be more accurate, but
Go
I'm
Deadpool.
not convinced. I thought he came out in the 80s.
I really thought it was the 60s, because I think that was when the X-Men were peaking.
The
Goes to
X-Men
show.
peaked in the 80s, that's what I say.
Yeah, but we're going to not just get stuff from the commercials from Kool-Aid Man, which includes busting down walls, which was his biggest thing. But we're getting Marvel Comics and most likely the Archie comic version of him.
I will say, probably my favourite Kool-Aid Man advert skit, and I'm actually used this in my next Resident Evil 6 video, was the one where he stops those bank robbers by just literally busting down a wall, throwing tyres on them, and then hooking them up, and then just giving the police officer and children Kool-Aid, while the robbers are hanging up and screaming for their lives.
Well, if you're going to stop them, you're stopping them in style.
What's funny is that he's literally singing Kool-Aid Man's coming to save the day, like...
See, why can't adverts be like crazy like that nowadays?
To be fair, Kool-Aid Man is still around, so they're probably still doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah, they
Because people complain about adverts being crazy these days.
Yeah,
They
and
com-
I
everyone
complain
complains
about them making no goddamn sense or not making me want to try the product.
yeah. Plus, a lot of them have been too dramatic. Like when Mr. Peanut chose to kill himself to save his friends.
Oh, don't get me started on that.
That's a legit.
So-
That's a legit commercial. He lets himself fall to his death just to save his friends. it's really weird.
Yeah, and then they created baby Mr. Peanut
Oh yeah.
during
Then,
the bloody Super Bowl that year.
oh yeah. Then he resurrected. Which okay, I might be remembering this wrong, but didn't Kool-Aid Man show up to his funeral?
Whose funeral?
To the Peanut Man's before he resurrected him.
Okay, I was reading that right now. This was back at the Super Bowl commercial back in 2020. Yeah, he was at the Mr. Peanut, and to quote this itself, his tears end up causing a new baby Mr. Peanut. This
Wait.
guy can make babies with his fucking tears.
Oh wow! Somehow we managed to go right back to the Kool-Aid Man. And they said Sean was good at segues. This has to be the weirdest conversation we've ever had on Lads Discuss Death Battle.
This is the weirdest
Well,
death
don't
battle
make
we've
it a
had on
challenge,
Let's
yeah.
Discuss.
Billy, if you want to make that a challenge, I'll make it a fucking challenge.
Oh god.
Oh god.
I was gonna say, this is the weirdest death battle we've ever had on Let's Discuss Death Battle.
I literally.
True.
I literally just said that.
The only one I can think of, actually, no, that wouldn't be as weird.
I mean, I guess maybe second would be Yoda versus Mickey Mouse. I know that it's technically.
Yeah, just
It's technically King Mickey, but it's still Mickey Mouse.
yeah, it's still Mickey Mouse fighting a Muppet.
Not only that, fighting a Jedi, a powerful one at that. But yeah, definitely an old-time wrestler, God rest his soul, versus a commercial product who smashes.
Oh,
through
just for
walls.
clarification, if anyone for weaknesses mentions car crashes or drugs, like Robuscus said on another server, you're getting banned.
Yeah, that wasn't savage. That was magic, is what it was. Do you guys want me to real quick talk about some of the powers he had in Marvel Comics?
I mean, given the fact you
Yeah,
went
mate.
over everything for Randy, we might as well.
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Let's hear it.
His powers in Marvel Comics include the following: superhuman physical characteristics, inorganic physiology, whatever the fuck that means, water manipulation, where he just throws jars of Kool-Aid at you,
So what you're saying is he's Jesus.
Why do I picture him as a Kool-Aid man throwing Hadouken, but instead of an energy ball, it's just a giant bottle of Kool-Aid?
Oh, he's also got... That might happen, actually. He's got enhanced hearing, because people can call for Kool-Aid Man, and he hears them miles away. How does that work with no ears?
Actually, do you know what? That's actually kind of what
Well,
happened.
that's what I say.
That's what actually happened in the commercial I was referencing. The kids were outnumbered, so they literally shouted for the Kool-Aid Man, and but the second before they finished, he was already smashing through a wall. And I doubt he was at the bank as well.
He's got some hand-to-hand combat skills.
Obviously, he's not going to have as much as the fucking Macho Man, but
Self-sustenance, whatever that means.
I think it means he can survive on his own Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Like how you can technically survive on your own pee.
Yeah.
Ew.
I mean, it's true.
I know,
He
but
knows-
still.
He knows how to fly a helicopter, ride a horse, use a jetpack, or travel to outer space with a jetpack or space shuttle. Oh, and guess what? We're doing another time travel bit because it's also time traveling involved with this character.
Oh,
He
my
has
Oh,
a
God.
time machine.
Good God.
Can we
I'm going to be so pissed at the fact of the result.
Why has so many episodes involved time travel characters?
He also has some resistance to technopathy, telekinesis, empathetic manipulation, and mind manipulation. Only some resistance, not a lot. Oh, dude, I can't wait to see how they calculate this. In that speed section we were talking about, he once heard. Remember how he heard kids, right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
He goes into that house in 2 seconds, wherever he is.
Well, I mean, we also don't know where he is beforehand, so it's a bit tricky to really get a good number for that.
Mm-hmm. I mean, there are some weaknesses that the Kool-Aid Man does have, because his limbs make him kind of clumsy because they're short.
Yeah, so not very good for a hand-to-hand fight.
And his hot-headed character makes him bump through surroundings things easily. That's fun.
Oh god, in the wrestling ring that is just writes itself.
But that was just his Marvel Comics stuff.
Hold on.
Apparently there's also an Atari video game. Honestly, it's not as much as the Marvel Comics. But they are probably going to bring up the Atari game because that was still the character in that, honestly.
Makes sense.
Still,
It's gonna be a weird episode.
Yeah.
we haven't even gotten to all the voice actors. We've just been talking about the combatants.
Should we quickly speak about them for the last 10 minutes before I have to head off and cook dinner?
Yeah, and then after we bring up the voice actors, we can make our prediction if there's going to be a winner, just to be on the safe side.
Yeah.
Alright, so I have the video pulled up. First of all, it's confirmed Anthony's voicing somebody.
Yeah, isn't Antfish Macho Man?
Got someone at RT that can already do a really good Macho Man impression.
Robot's
yeah,
already
Blaine.
confirmed who Anthony is voicing, oddly enough. Anthony is voicing Macho Man.
Yep, I was right.
Tom will be voicing the Kool-Aid Man.
Mhm.
Obviously,
And then we
we're gonna
got-
chat.
Yeah,
And-
Chad, Ben, Billy, Lisa, Chris. We know their respective characters.
Barbara, there's 2 roles that I can see for Barbara.
Grandma
Either-
Boomstick. Grandma Boomstick.
Either Grandma Boomstick or Miss Elizabeth.
Oh, it might be Miss Elizabeth actually.
Could be both.
You know,
Never know.
I was joking with Max about this morning. Actually, no, it was last night. But I don't know. Wasn't Boomstick interacting with the combatants? What if Yang shows up?
Oh god.
Just like, hey, what happened to Blake's arm?
Also,
I don't know.
clarification for Bill's sake, Miss Elizabeth was Macho Man's manager back in WWF.
Yeah, you guys mentioned this.
Was Desire a wife too until they split?
Yes.
Yeah.
Curtis. And that one stuff in the air.
That is Taka. So there's the potential for Deadpool making an appearance. Or Keir had this little idea for what he could do.
As I mentioned about the wrestling ring and the Slim Jims, I was saying for when that happens, you could have Takahata be the commentator, since before he started really getting into the VTuber things, he used to do a wrestling live stream every week.
And then that could be interesting. I think that's the biggest thing we don't really know that much. Barbara, we kind of have an understanding. Curtis, it's just up in the air what he's going to do.
But then we have the last one.
Matt.
And we know that something to do with Boomstick's dad is happening.
Yeah, but some of us are kind of hoping it's not who we think.
I want it to be Sarge.
That's his head canon. Even though it's been confirmed that episode's not canon, mate. You've got to let this go.
Never.
He'll let it go once the episode confirms what.
Oh yeah, if the episode comes out and it turns out Sarge is not actually Boomstick's dad, it's some other guy, I'll be disappointed, but I'll accept it. But for now, I'm sticking with Sarge because it just makes sense.
Fair enough.
It's just too perfect.
That's all the voice actors that are coming. Like we were saying, we know who most of them are going to play. I say the biggest wild card's still Curtis. We don't know what he's going to do.
Exactly, that's why I've heard not commentating either.
Yeah, I'm somewhat hoping it's Deadpool because I'm still
Please
thinking
no.
about doing a review of this season. And if it's Deadpool, there's a joke I really want to make. And it's just saying that him appearing never really bothered me that much. Like, if it was just a brief cameo. And, I mean, like the guy said himself, and then just go back to Thanos vs. Darkseid, where he says, come on, you can't have a Death Battle season without Deadpool, right? Wiz just says, we did. The last one. But get someone, or if I can do a voice, just a voice over Deadpool going, no one counts that one. I mean, that's the year you guys decided to just redo Batman vs. Spider-Man and Rule 63. I mean, what did you think would happen?
Yeah. So this is gonna be fun. The hand-drawn stuff looks really good so far.
Oh yeah, it definitely does.
And my prediction, if there is an extra winner, I'm going Randy Savage.
Same.
I'm
Got an exact prediction yet, but I'm leaning towards Macho Man right now.
I'm
Especially since I forgot about the Chaos comics from WWE, which, if that is true, then oh good lord, that's even more insane power scaling.
To be fair, Keir, we have a bet still going on for this whole season. So
I know.
I'm
I'm
actually gonna,
thankfully not involved in this.
Yeah. I mean, me and Sean can afford to take a loss, so...
I'm probably gonna say Kool-Aid Man. He sounds a lot more impressive given everything that's been said. It feels like he has more powers.
wow.
He looks like he has more powers and more versatile items, and he can literally go time, huh? Thanks to the tip. And just
With a time machine, he can.
yeah, but he has that. They're gonna probably include it for his arsenal, especially given the fact that. Also, the fact he seems physically stronger as well. He can smash through concrete. And
This is just a reminder of her able to watch wrestling because holy shit.
so
Either way, it's either gonna be we're all gonna be tied again, or Bill dig himself a deeper hole.
no, if we draw again, I'm actually gonna be gutted. This is like, yes, we're finally having a bit of an interesting thing. There's like, nah, back to being
Well-
even.
Back
But let's
to
just make the
reality, huh?
rule. Let's make the ruling real quick. If there is no death, we just say that didn't happen towards our record? Because I'm leaning towards
I'm
yes.
go with that.
Okay.
Yeah, if you guys are cool with it, I'm cool with it.
Alrighty. I have nothing else to say on this matchup until the episode happens.
I'm just hoping the Macho Man does the elbow drop to at least at some point start cracking the Kool-Aid Man open.
Yes.
We do kind of get
I actually
foreshadowed.
wouldn't mind it if I wouldn't mind it if that's the kill. Like, not the one we see, but we see a elbow drop as, like, the finisher.
I mean, it has to be for Macho Man if he wins.
It
Yeah.
seems like we're getting
And of course, in wrestling terminologies, you never hit the finisher once and the match is over. Thanks, modern day wrestling.
Yeah.
It does feel like they are kind of teasing Macho Man elbow drop might be the finishing blow, or it might just be leading to his death, because in one of the teasers in the trailer, you see him like what looks like he's coming from outer space while burning up and getting ready to elbow drop.
To be fair, that also could be his entrance, and you can dodge out of the way of elbow drops, so it's happened before, so you never know.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, you never know. They could be foreshadowing.
I mean, the Phantom Wiki fight this episode has did have Macho Man win. So,
We don't know exactly. Plus, Archie comics are always going to be a big factor in everything.
normal Archie comics, from what I know, aren't incredibly ridiculous.
So,
I actually
It's just Archie Sonic in particular that I know is particularly bonkers.
Before we actually wrap this up, I actually just right now just thought of a really fucked up death that could happen for Randy Savage. And
Oh God, what?
he's on the floor, beaten, and then Cooling Man just stands over him and literally drowns him with his Kool-Aid.
oh god,
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, I don't know why I thought that. I was like, why am I thinking such a savage death?
because his name is Randy Savage.
Yeah, that's the joke. Why do you,
Everyone's made that joke at least once when it comes to Randy Savage.
Sean, why do you always point out what my joke means?
Make sure I don't have to add to the pun counter. That's why.
Wait, that doesn't mean you don't add to it.
Sure, it does. It's called retconning.
That's not what retconning means.
You
What
forget
the
who
fuck?
edits this podcast, Billy. You forgot. He edits
Exactly.
it. He holds the power.
Sean, my brain is crashing. I am now running on Windows 95. This conversation
so,
killed my
well-
brain.
So while Billy's brain is melting down, shall we move on to that bonus topic if we have time?
We do not actually. I did say before we recorded, we do not have time to talk about that topic.
If you
Damn.
guys want to bring me on for the next one to talk about this fight after it's aired, I'll happily do it then.
I do want to talk about this topic at some point. Is one that I wouldn't say I'm passionate about, but I feel like it needs to be addressed because not many death battle communities.
I
talk
don't mean.
about it.
I mean just the one with Keir.
Oh right, I thought you were talking about the other third topic. Which don't worry, people.
No.
We'll
No.
get to that, and let's just say me and mate are looking forward to tearing it apart. We'll say.
Oh no, Billy has given me the go-ahead to be the snarkiest, sassiest bitch I can. So,
I mean,
oh
I'll
boy.
Yeah,
I'll
Jara was
bring
not
popcorn to that.
here. Yeah, Jara was not
Have
here,
a
so we
bitch
got to
count
get
already.
someone. So, before we wrap up this discussion, Keir, do you want to tell us your first off your favorite death battle of all time, your least favorite death battle of all time, and finally your new most wanted death battle? Because obviously, over the years, you've most likely had your most wanted. I'm assuming.
It's almost one was Sub-Zero versus Glacius.
Ah,
I got really shafted in that department because you two got yours. Sean's getting his.
Yay.
I did like
Ed,
Sub-Zero
take
versus
it away.
Glacius.
Right. Last time I said this was in 2016. I said my favorite was Solid Snake versus Bishop.
That's a good one.
Is it still
Yeah.
then?
No, I think my new favorite one actually became Dante versus Bayonetta after that came out.
Ooh, good choice.
Absolutely solid choice. And that's still regarded as one of Torian's best animations.
Mainly because I am a massive, massive fan of both series. And the
Also
fact
have.
that I did win her bet because I remember prior to this, I was debating with someone who would win, and the other person was saying it was going to be Bayonetta. Was so damn sure that when the fight came out, I just had the biggest fucking shit-eating grin on my face when I met him. And he just looked at me going, "Dante won, didn't he?" I went, "Yeah, he did."
Was your face like thorns at the end of that fight?
Pretty much, actually.
I've only played Devil May Cry 1 and 2, and I only briefly saw a little bit of Bayonetta 2, so I can't really say I can't say I hate the episode, but I can't say I'm in love with it because I don't really have an attachment to these characters.
Fair
Yeah.
argument.
Like, that's one of my favorite episodes of season 3, just because the fight is so goddamn good.
It's my favorite episode of season 3.
The death was definitely my favorite. Like, holy crap, she got turned into a pincushion.
Yeah. Now for my
Right.
least favorite episode when I said in 2016, that was Pikachu versus Blanca.
It's still that?
Yeah.
No, I've actually. It's now become Deadpool versus Pinkie Pie.
Oh,
Okay.
Fair enough.
I honestly
I
thought you were
just
gonna
did
say.
What do you think
thought
I was
you were
going to say?
I thought you were gonna say Barbara versus Gwen.
No,
Oh.
because at least that was an actual fucking death battle.
Okay, fair enough.
If it's an actual death battle, it will kind of save it. But this one, oh god, it was also the season finale over Hulk versus Doomsday.
Yeah, honestly, I think those should have been switched.
If it was switched, I would have been a heck of a lot kinder.
well, to be
that
fair on them, they never planned to do a season 3 until after Hulk versus Doomsday.
They were planning to do season 3 after Pokemon vs. Digimon. Because they got brought into Roosterteeth and started doing the seasonal format.
Oh, really? Okay, I must have been mixing up seasons. Oh, yeah, that happened season 3, didn't it? Yeah, I must have been mixing up Death Battle.
Although I know there was some behind the scenes stuff, like they were planning to have Megazord versus Voltron to be the season 3 finale, but then they had to push it back. It was going to be the season 4 premiere, but then they had to push it back again, and they turned it into episode 75.
Yeesh, man.
I will say though.
I got pushed back a lot.
I
Oh
will
yeah,
say though, Deadpool versus Pinkie Pie to me is not my least favorite season finale, but I understand why people don't like it.
I personally think it's a funny episode to me. I mean, I kind of get what they're saying. For it being a season finale, especially after season 3 was also a bit of a mixed bag of episodes, wasn't it?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was.
There was those really good episodes, and then there was those really okay episodes, I'll say. I don't think there was really a bad episode of season 3. It's just, they're okay. I'll probably only watch the
No, just
fight
that
over the analysis, as though.
And it followed Hulk versus Doomsday, which was one of the best fights of season that season as well.
well, it also followed Zora versus Urza.
That as well.
God, do you know what? I have to admit, and I'm gonna kind of say this because this is me kind of looking back on my past self. I was such a toxic fan when Doomsday won. I was so toxic.
Maybe we'll bring that up in our future topic.
Maybe we
At
will.
least you actually can admit it.
Foreshadowing.
Listen,
And then of course,
I can hold up my hand and admit I could be a dick sometimes. I don't even say it. I can also be a sore loser at Among Us. I will say that.
Yeah, I'll
hold
admit
my
that
hand
as
up
well.
in the same.
editing me put up that clip. Thank you.
You started it, you fucking nonce! Imagine fucking going, how dare you attack me! How dare you! Oh, the cowardice! Oh, how dare you!
So
I can't wait to watch that.
But we are almost out of time.
So
Yeah.
What is your
Well,
new most wanted, Keir?
Right. I originally wanted Sub-Zero versus Glacius. Got that. Next on the list was actually Goro versus Machamp. Got
nice.
that.
Really good episode.
Oh, that was a great episode.
Forget I'm here.
And the third one on the list was Little Mag versus Ippo.
Oh, that's a fun one.
I know a bit about Ippo, not that much about Little Mac.
Little
You know
Mac
it's
is
Donkey
from-
Kong.
I guess you could say I've know little about Mac.
That was a bad one.
Yeah, I feel like this will probably be like a 2D TJ versus Balrog.
It has to be a 2D TJ versus Balrog.
A little. They'll probably do that one day because Little Mac, one of my favorite Nintendo characters.
And one of my mains in Smash Brothers.
I
He
feel like
was
for
also
the
one.
I feel like for the debate for that episode, you only need to bring up one thing, and it's that you fought Donkey Kong.
Hippo's show is an anime, so not exactly that easy.
Yeah, fun fact about that Donkey Kong fight, it was originally meant to be Princess Peach.
Wait, what?
What?
Yeah, they
Yeah,
had
they're-
to change it.
Yeah, because, well, it wouldn't exactly look good.
Yeah, so they're like, fuck it, here's Donkey Kong.
Actually, completely off topic, Peach has become quite a badass over time.
If her Punch Out for the Wii came out in what, like in 2010s, yeah?
Hold on, let me look that one up.
Because this was before Little Mac made his official arrival on the Smash Bros. Roster. People wanted Little Mac as an official character, thanks to Punch Out on the
2009
Wii.
at least.
Yeah.
So
Also, I do want to. Wait, sorry, go on.
I was going to ask here, like, who would you be rooting for in this fight? But who would you then be betting on? Because I know that's like a kind of popular question in the death battle community.
Both Mac.
Both Mac.
Yeah,
I
I'd,
would
I'd say Lil Mac for both with me as well.
'Cause
I would say-
You also can use Giga Mac, which is basically what happens if Little Mac was taller and faster.
Okay,
And
missed,
I
stronger.
would say
missed opportunity to not call him a Big Mac.
that term's copyrighted, remember?
Yeah.
Wait, are you saying...
Didn't
have they
McDonald's lose a copyright battle over Big Mac?
Before Little Mac, after Little Mac got Giga Mac.
Wait, so you can actually get in trouble for naming a character Big Mac and frickin' McDonald's would come after you?
Most likely.
Wow.
But,
They actually lost the core battle over Big Mac naming rights somewhere before.
Jesus,
So,
McDonald's
Little
are
Mac-
vicious.
I would root for Little Mac, but I would most likely bet Ippo because versus logic says the character you are least familiar with will probably win.
I'm probably going for Ippo as well because I have watched a little bit of his anime when
Well,
I was a kid, and he did seem
it's a
like
video-
a tough fighter.
Does anyone in Ippo's series run faster than a fucking bullet train?
Damn.
I don't know. I've never seen the series, but that's just a rule of thumb you like to go with in versus debates when you have a character you're not familiar with.
Though,
The thing is, Ippo fights mostly grounded, realistic boxers, but with an anime aesthetic, which means, of course, everything's a bit more over the top. Mac fights can fight literal people that use magic.
okay, and I guess if your anime brought up
Yeah,
Donkey Kong, then oof.
Oh yeah, he beat Donkey Kong.
Yeah, knocked him out.
Oof.
You can also take a hit
Regardless-
from Donkey Kong.
I take it back.
Regardless, though,
I'm going for Little Mac.
that would be a fun episode. Would question who would they get to voice Ippo because I imagine giving Little Mac voice lines like in the 1 minute melee just didn't suit right with me.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I personally liked that episode, but it did kind of feel like a bit of a rushed ending. I'm talking about mainly the Hydrogen Dojo one. I don't know. Even though
Wait, you mean the one that was 3 rounds?
yeah, that one.
The one that the people making it didn't want people to react to.
Wait, they didn't want people reacting to that?
No,
I
they
got
were fine with
comment on
people.
that.
They were fine with people reacting to it, but as long as they don't show the full episode.
And from what I've learned in my reaction days, you get people bitching out the arse if you don't show the video.
Jesus Christ! And I thought the actor for the Red Ranger was paid charging people a lot of money to see his reaction to the death battle.
Hey, at least they didn't put. At least they didn't charge $1,000 for it, like a certain someone who I won't name.
Regardless, I think these are all pretty solid answers from Keir.
Yeah, mate, didn't you want to add something?
Yeah, I just wanted to shout out a series that I know Keir wants to see in Death Battle one day, and that's Sword Art Online.
Woo. Oh, the internet's going to have some fun with some of those matchups.
I'm only gonna say maybe because I haven't seen the show, but I played the video game, and the video game wasn't that fun.
I only
The
know.
games are more. Well, I do know someone who played the games and loves them but hasn't seen the show.
I've seen the abridged show, and that is absolutely hilarious.
Like, look, if they do Kirito, get his abridged voice actor, please.
Yes, I don't even know anything that much about the show. I just want him to reprise his role. To me, the abridged show's the real show.
Oh, fun fact, Billy, in the dub, Kirito is voiced by the same guy who does Eren in Attack on Titan.
pretty snazzy.
Yeah, it's something you can tell if you've watched both shows.
Oh yeah.
Let's just say the less I say about Attack on Titan, the less I'll have people looking at me badly.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
I'll gladly take the heat. I did stop watching Attack on Titan after season 1.
Yeah, everyone, laugh at Keir. Ha ha ha. Laugh at him.
At least I don't make bad puns.
My puns are fantastic. How dare you?
Meanwhile, mine are punderful.
Yang the
Boo these
Insane
men! Boo!
Yang the Insane would be disappointed in both of you.
No, I think she'll be proud the fact that we're making you cringe so much at our puns. I can just picture her presence just looming over us like, yes, good.
What next? We're gonna start.
Let
someone's
the
gonna-
pun flow through you.
What next?
I'll
Someone's gonna
tell-
change their song to like start calling their attacks like Thunderstrike or something. Just replace the T with a P.
That'll be the next Lads Discuss series. Lads Discuss puns.
It was me, Sean. I possessed everyone with my super speed, which is something I can do, and made people say bad puns.
What is
Oh.
I can slay immortals? So bring it.
So, you said everything you want about Ippo versus Little Mac, or is there something else you wanted to add before we wrap up?
Just make the fight soundtrack for that matchup sound like something that comes out of Rocky. That will satisfy all three parties.
That it will. That it will.
Yeah. Oh, and speaking of tracks, please let the track for Macho Man vs. Kool-Aid Man just be titled "Oh Yeah."
Agreed.
Yes. 100%. Death Battle. Get on that. Oh, just drop my little man. Anyway, I fidget with a little man when we do the podcast. I'm weird.
Dude, I play with a tiny Gamble Shroud sometimes.
Okay, so at least I'm not the only one playing with a little toy while we discuss. I just like to fidget with things. So speaking of fidgeting with things, and that was a terrible segue, I guess this will wrap up this latest discussion of Lads Discuss Death Battle. Keir, thank you for coming on. Do you have any last words before we close off?
Yes, watch professional wrestling, you lot. It's worth it.
So if you enjoyed what we said here, be sure to share the video around and get the channel growing. And also, October is next month, which is both Halloween month and also my birthday month, which is also conveniently a month.
Happy birthday to you.
Which, funny enough, is we talked about Yang the Insane. That's also the month we share the same day of birthday. And I'm also going to be doing a special month where I'm dedicating it mostly to Halloween type of games, like horrors and stuff. And in terms of Lads Discuss Death Battle,
Did I scare you?
No. Unfortunately, I will not be in any more Lads Discuss Death Battle for a while. I am going to be very... I'm not going to essentially be here for a lot of it, including which is obviously going to be Alucard versus Dio episode. It's unfortunate. It would have made for a good Halloween episode, but let's just say there's a video I'm working on that could take some extra time, and I would not have time to
Oh, I need to
record.
tag in for you.
Don't worry.
If you want, but I feel like these guys are going to have it covered with other people. I think. Maybe not.
Yeah, well, we'll see how it goes. We'll play it by ear.
So, starting on October the 1st will be the start of Billy Ween. Sean, play the intro. October. So, we shall now throw this over to your only mate.
Me and Sean promise we won't break anything.
And you already gave me permission to bring on a guest, so we'll be fine.
Sean, I didn't tell you to do your outro.
Alright, well, thank you everyone for watching. If you enjoyed this podcast, be sure to like and subscribe. If you did not enjoy this, be sure to like and subscribe. Be sure to click the links below to check out either myself, Keir, or Sean, and support Billy in everything that he does, and we will see you next time.
And now, Shawnee Boy.
Thank you, folks, for watching. I hope you enjoyed this live Discuss Death Battle podcast. Let us know your thoughts on both Reverse Flash versus Goku Black, and of course, Macho Man Randy Savage versus the Kool-Aid Man. Down below in the comments because I like reading your comments. Check out any links that Bill has put in the description. And thank you again, Keir, for coming on the podcast. And with that being all said, I will see you all later.